trying to stand next to Chris Brown in the songwriting room and sing something. And I would listen to myself sing, and I would
Hey, hopefully you can hear me and see me okay. Look, I just want to make this quick upload. Man, I'm sitting here listening. Actually, I was doing a little bit of editing and listening to this pastor that I really don't listen to that much. I know he's excellent, but I don't, for whatever reason, I don't follow him a whole lot. But tonight, spot on. Hold on. Let me tell you who this man, what his name is. His name is Pastor Stephen Furtick. I don't know if y'all familiar with him, Pastor Stephen Furtick. And tonight his sermon was this is from a day ago, but it was called "God Gave It to Me." Oh my God! Long story short, what he was talking about was how something to do with how something about at one point he didn't like listening to his voice a couple years ago. He didn't like just listen to his voice for whatever reason. I don't know if it's some singing voice or whatever, right? He wasn't really irritated by it, but just sometimes it would annoy him. But long story short, he explained how after being still with that thought or that perception about himself, he said God revealed to him. God said, look, this, I don't even think this was 2 years ago. It might have been way longer. Well, all I know is he said God came to him and said, whoopsies. Hopefully you can still hear me. God said, how can you hate what I gave you, but then you pray for me to use it? Oh my God. When he said that, man, it took my breath away. He said, that's literally the voice he heard. God said, how can you hate what I gave you? And how can you hate what I gave you, but then pray for me to use it? And then I replayed that little piece right there about 3 times because it just hit me. It took my breath away. And mainly what it brought to mind is how I know what he's talking about, but it ain't always got to be with dealing with the voice. It's just about anything. Let me mute this. What God put on my heart related to this is how, hold on, let me mute this. Truthfully, anything that you got, anything that's going on with you, what hit me was it's anything that you're going through, anything that you perceive as an obstacle, anything that you have physically, your voice, it could be your voice, the way you dance, your specific personality trait, anything that's happening with you, God gave it to you. God gave it to you. Or whatever name you assign to your faith, whatever you dealing with, whether you perceive it as an obstacle or not, or a gift or a glitch. That's how he explained it. Whatever you got going on in your life, if you perceive it as a gift and you're happy about it, or a glitch in your makeup or your personality traits or whatever, or how you look, however you perceiving that thing, he's like, look, God gave it to you. And so he broke it down. So how can you hate what he gave you, but then pray for him to use it? And all of a sudden, I just got this overwhelming feeling in my heart. I was hurt. For some reason, sometimes he be making me where I can feel the pain. He be hurt for us. He be hurt for us because the first thing he put to my mind was how, do you see how warped that thinking is? How warped that type of thinking is. You can have gifts or glitches or whatever it is that your ego perceive it as, but at the end of the day, God gave you this thing. And so how can you hate what he gave you, but then pray for him to use it? And truthfully, how he explained it is everything you got going on, even if it's something shitty about your life, the only reason you can't perceive how to use that thing for your good is because you thinking too small. You thinking too small. And you comparing something with somebody else, you ain't even standing your lane and focusing in on him so he can give you the divine guidance you need so you can know how to use the thing. He said everything that you got, whether you don't like your voice. I mean, when you just think about Joyce Myers and her backstory, being molested by her daddy, her mama knowing about it, her mama not leaving her husband, her daddy, and how that went on for all those years, and how she hated her daddy, but at the end of his life, she saved his soul, and it was a whole come to Jesus kumbaya moment. But just all that backstory with all that pain she had to deal with, how angry and bitter she was, and then she met her husband. I mean, so that's an example of how he can use what was meant for harm for your good. And often, I think not 10 times out of 10, whatever you got going on with yourself, even if it's shit that you hate, it's stuff that you don't like, stuff that you feel like is shitty. God gave it to you. He ain't gonna give you more than you can handle. And for some reason, you ain't seeing it right. You thinking too small. He said anything he's giving you, even if it's something that appear to be shitty, you can use that thing to serve somebody else. If money is your issue or whatever issue, the more issues you got, the more money you able to make if you can see it clearly, but you thinking too small. That's what he just dropped down on me. Like, the more problems you got, the better. If creating something that'll be valuable to the collective or the marketplace is what create financial prosperity and inheritance. But the problem is you be thinking too damn small. And then your ego identity always wants you to be perfect with something. So then you won't even allow yourself to tap into your creativeness to see, well, how can I really turn this into something? But he said, no, everything you got going on, he gave it to you. He did. He gave it to you. And the only issue is that you be thinking too small. But it hurt me. It hurt me because it's almost like he flooded me with the feeling of, he feels sorry for us because a lot of us got some warped mindsets, warped thinking, and we can't even perceive opportunity if it like punched us in the nose. We can't even perceive nothing right. And he know that type of warped perception is what's hurting us. And I just felt that, like, oh, he feels sorry for us because he know that's why we be hurting half the time. That's why we struggling. Just most of the struggling be psychological. But he's like, look, if I gave it to you, figure out how to use it. Figure out how to use it. And if you can't figure out how to use it, it's because more than likely you still entrenched in that societal mindset, busy being busy, and you're not being still so he can talk to you. You too busy being busy. So then your mind, you can't even hear his voice. Your intuition, any divine guidance you would receive, any download you would receive, is getting drowned out by your unnecessary busyness. And that's why you're not able to perceive how you can use whatever it is that you so-called hate about yourself, how to use it, how to allow him to use it, because he gave it to you. He gave it to you, but you just not sitting still so that you can spin it and figure out how it can be valuable to the collective. Bottom line. And he's hurt. He hurt. I'm hurt because I know what he's talking about, because I'm trying to clear that type of thinking myself, because I see it. I can see it. Our perception is extremely warped with a lot of things. And we be thinking we seeing stuff clearly, but we don't. We be seeing stuff through the lens of our wounds and not how it really is. And it's only a small few set of people who can see things clearly. The people who they be probably trying to link to, like the Masons and all of this. No, them people who can just see clearly and see what be going on. They can see. These people have the ability to see things the way the reality really is. The enlightened ones, these mystics and all of them people ain't crazy. Though they can see the truth of reality. But then a lot of us are so indoctrinated in a certain type of thinking, we can't even perceive the damn opportunities. And that's what be making us have the self-hatred. And like he was saying, he hated his voice. That's the gift that God gave him. And he is a damn prominent pastor. But what he was explaining about that is how that's how the devil, your psychology, will try to trick you to go down some dark ass cycle of thinking in this rabbit hole of negative thinking about some gift that you don't perceive as a gift, but something that you got about yourself that he's actually given you as a gift to use. The devil will warp your thinking and make you hate that thing. So that means that thing won't be able to be used like God was intending to use it, because you perceive it as not even a gift. You don't even see it clearly. He hurt. So I had to get this out because I know what he's talking about. And I just my goal is when stuff hit my heart like that, I just want to bring it forward and share it so that maybe it can put something on somebody's mind, because it's sick. That's what he brought to mind is, do you see how sick that is? Do you see how sick. I mean, I see it. I see how sick my thinking is. Have you really had a chance to sit down and really reflect on how sick your thinking can be sometimes? Just like a real come to Jesus moment. Like, damn, my thinking be real. I'm sick. I'm actually sick in head sometimes. Can you admit that to yourself? Because that's half the battle. You got to be able to see that clearly, so then you can be aware of it, so then you can now take action on fixing the damn thing. And like he said, that's where that self-delusion should be at. No, can you see how sick your thinking is? Can you really see that? How you can't even perceive nothing about yourself as a gift. You don't have nothing valuable to offer, nothing. That's sick. That's warped. So he just said, whenever you get the time, you need to be still. Be still. And even if emotions come up that don't feel good, so fucking what? Because more than likely you feeling like that is because it's something you're believing that's a lie, and that's why you're feeling shitty about whatever's coming to the surface. So get to the bottom of it. So then you can transform something. It's just sick. He's hurt and he see it. And what happens is that way of existing in the world is perpetuated. It is made to appear like that's normal. They make you think that having a toxic mindset is normal. Not showing yourself self-love and accepting shitty treatment, breadcrumbing, and all that. That's actually normal. And having a little more expectations about how you see yourself and what you expect from other people, that's unnormal. No, you being sedity, high society. No, it's often warped. So he said, but the only way you're going to come to those kind of conclusions is you got to be still. Otherwise, you're going to keep being in that damn cycle, which ultimately it keeps you so discontent in your body and in your mental existence. It leads you down a path of constantly doing self-destructive bullshit to cope with your own psychology. It's warped. So he said, be still and pay attention. And finally, you will eventually get the divine downloads that you need to realize that actually this bullshit that's been challenging me, I got a download. I got an idea of how I can actually use this and help the collective and help bring something to the marketplace that I realize how to solve for myself. So I know it's going to be valuable for somebody else, even if it's on the other side of the world, because at the end of the day, every human being is going through some kind of similar experience. Everybody on the world, because that's just what the human nature is about. They might be on different timelines. We all on different timelines, but our human experience is pretty much identical. Somewhere across the world, somebody getting divorced, somebody over here and getting divorced. I mean, everybody's going through the same shit. A breakup, marriage, having babies, just bought a pet, just got a new career, just got a damn raise, a promotion. Everybody's going through the same shit, just on different timelines. Just bought a new house, just got a new condo. I just sold my truck. I mean, everybody's doing the same shit. It's just on different timelines. So he said, but the most important thing you can do is focus on yourself so you can get your stinking thinking right, and then bring that shit forward, because somebody's going to be able to find that valuable in some way, shape, or form. Your experience is unique to you. Nobody has your perception. Nobody has your point of view, your perspective. Everything about you is freaking unique, man. You the only one that got your viewpoint, and he wants you to see that clearly and get that through your head. So then you can allow him to use you the right way, because you are the only you there is. And to think that you don't have nothing to offer or nothing valuable to bring to the collective, that's a sadistic warping of the mind from the devil. So then that puts you in a position where you be jealous of people and all kinds of shit. Well, no, at the end of the day, you're the gift and don't even know it. Your unique perspective, your unique challenges, your unique experiences, your personality, everything that got to do with you is unique, because you're the one who's been doing life through your lens. But you just got to be still so you can see that clearly, and then figure out how, let me allow God to show me how my unique perspective, my unique experiences can be used. That's it. It's literally that simple. He wants you to see that clearly and really get that. And you not no damn mistake. You not no mistake. Ain't nothing about your life a mistake. None of that. That's all lies. But for whatever reason, it's like the life and the hustle culture, grind culture, being super distracted, busy as hell all the time. It gets you to where you can't even reverse engineer that kind of thinking. And he's hurt because he see it. And it's just sad. So I'm just sharing this because this is stuff that I've been working through too. And it's actually just sad. It's sad. And so when stuff come across my awareness that I think could be helpful, I'm just going to share it with y'all. Because I mean, and it's not about me trying to seem like I'm perfect, because I'm not. But I'm actively working through it, and I can see that. He makes me feel an emotion. That shit took my breath away. Like, no bullshit. Like, I was out of breath. I just couldn't even breathe, because I said, oh my God. Oh my God. This is how we be. Oh my God. This is how we be literally living life. I mean, in all actuality, that's not even living. That's just existing. That's messed up, man. So clear your mind, get outside, get fresh air, get grounded, whatever you got to do to calm your monkey mind down so that you can hear. Because when they say hearing from God, basically it's just hearing your higher self, your intuitive self, your inner child, hearing from your heart space. That's all that be. So please do it. If you work that, you deserve that, man. Just try it. Just at least try it. Commit to that. If you don't commit to it, just try that. Give yourself a month, any damn thing. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna go because it makes me upset because I can feel it. I see it. And it's just it's sick. It's just sick. So I'll talk to y'all later. And stop hating what God gave you, man. And be still and figure out how to use it. Okay, bye. I love y'all. Bye. That shit is fucking sick.